Hello guys, welcome to my channel Delta Trading Zone. So before getting into the video, many people told that they were not able to understand casino example properly. So I have come up with a different model to make you understand the importance of probability. So let's get on with it. Here if you see, basically I have a strategy which I will be sharing it with you after all these basic videos are done. So based on that strategy, either you make a 2.5% profit or you make a 2.5% loss. So that is the strategy, and we can see how probability will make a huge impact on the success of the strategy over a long period of time. So that is how it goes. So the profit per trade is 2.5%. Now so normally in stock market, the market is open only on weekdays, so it is closed on Saturday and Sunday. So we can safely assume that in a month we have 20 trading days, okay, and that is the number of trades that we take. So let's just assume that my strategy has a probability of 75% of win. So that means that if I place 4 trades, I will get 3 correctly and 1 will be wrong. So if I do it for 20 trades, now what happens is I am getting 3 out of 4 trades right. So for 20 trades it will be 15 times. So I have the provision to lose 5 trades, right? So how much profit will I be getting then? So I have 10 wins and these 5 wins will be equated by the 5 losses. So remaining there will be a net of only 10 win, right? So 10 times I will win out of the 10 times I will get profit, right? So the profit of each and every trade is going to be 2.5%, and so if I lose only 5 times and if I can win 15 times, that is, if my strategy has the probability of 75%, then this is the profit that we are looking at per month. So 25% is the profit that we can look at per month. Hope you have understood the concepts of probability and how it impacts the profitability in the longer run. Let us understand some basic terminologies which will be very commonly heard of in the stock market. So the first thing is broker. So first of all, you need to have a demat account, and you can actually open it for free itself for the first year. So I'll be discussing more about that as we go further. And after opening the demat account, so you will be given the broker terminal, so through which you can place your buy or sell orders depending upon your analysis. But the point to note is that the company name will be very different. For example, if you want to invest in Jio, the name which will be there is Reliance Industries. So Reliance Industries is a whole group under which Reliance Jio comes, then the petroleum industries and every oil refinery firms, everything will come under that. So that is the basics of that. And so the first terminology is IPO. IPO is initial public offering. In the previous video I have explained that a company will go through a process of IPO by which it raises shares from the primary market. So that is the initial public offering where the actual fund transfer takes place between the company and the investors. Okay. So the next one is the ROI. ROI is nothing but return on investment, which is the profit percentage. If suppose I get 10 rupees profit out of the 100 rupees investment, then my ROI is just simply 10%. Okay. For a lot there will be a certain number of quantities depending upon each and every share. So for Reliance it will be different. There are different instruments like futures, options. So in each and every category there will be different lots. So what you have to simply understand is that one lot will contain several quantities, and that is the minimum quantity which you can place in that specific contract. So that is a lot. Then there is market order. Okay. So market order is simply if you place a buy order and if you give market order in that, so what happens is it gets executed at the available price which is available in the market. So if suppose let us say that Reliance is available at 1850, so there is another thing called LTP, which is the last traded price. Okay, so that is the price which we see in the normal market, normal live market. So if suppose Reliance is shown to be at 1850 rupees, then that is the last traded price. That is, it could have been one quantity or two quantity, but the buyer and seller would have exchanged it. So the buyer will have bought the Reliance Industries share at that point in time. So that is the last traded price. So it just get executed if suppose you are placing a buy order and there is a sell order, and he is willing to sell at 1860 rupees. So if you place a buy order normally with market order, then it simply gets executed at 1860 rupees. Okay, so that is the thing which you have to know. Then for limit order, you can place your limit, like you say that the order should get executed only if the price is below that. Okay, so if you are willing to place a buy order, a limit order for Reliance Industries at 1850 rupees, then it will get executed only if it is available at 1850 rupees, not even a single paisa more than that. Okay, so that is called as a limit order. Then stop loss. Okay, what if you are going to take a trade, and what if your trade goes wrong? What if the trade moves in a wrong direction? So you have to limit your loss, right? So you can actually automatically set your stop loss. So that is called as a stop loss. For example, if you are buying Reliance at 1850 rupees, and if suppose Reliance goes beyond 1840 rupees, then you should strictly prevent your loss to that extent only, and then you should get out of the trade, because the trade is not in your favor. So that 10 rupees is called as the stop loss, which you can actually set through your normal brokerage terminal. Okay. Next is leverage. So leverage is so some brokers will allow 4x or 8x or even 10x or 10 times of your amount that you can actually trade. So if suppose you have 10,000 in your account, you can actually trade for 1 lakh rupees. So that is called as leveraging. So that concept is also there. So then there are mainly two orders. So one is CNC and the other is MAS. The CNC is normally it is also called as positional trading, or CNC, or it is called as carry forward. It depends upon what brokerage you are using. So in MAS or intraday, mostly the leverage will be very high. So if you have like 10,000 rupees in your account, you will be able to purchase shares worth of 1 lakh rupees, but you have to close it within the specific period of time. Okay. So there is another concept which you should know, that is called as short selling. So normally what happens is you actually go into the market and buy a share, then you sell a share, right? So but in case of MIS or intraday, there is another option available where you can sell the share. So a market can go in three directions, right? So it can go up, or it can go down, or it can move sideways, right? Suppose you are having a view that Reliance Industries is going to go down, you can place a sell order at 1850 rupees even without having the shares in the first place. So you can place a sell order, and then within the given time you should place a buy order. Normally the given time will be within 3:15 p.m. of that given day. So within that you have to square off the position. Square off meaning that if you place a buy order, you have to place another sell order, or if you place sell order, you have to place a buy order. So what happens is, after the end of the day, normally all the details will be like, there will be a buy order, there will be a sell order. So your trade is closed. That's it. So that is how it normally operates. So let's get into the options basics. So before going into it, one small thing is you have to understand about the indices. So the two major indices are Nifty and Bank Nifty. So you might have heard Nifty, Sensex, Bank Nifty, or Nifty Infra. There are many things like that, Mid Cap 50. So basically what it does is, so Nifty 50 right here, it actually measures the India's economy as a whole. So normally it consists of some 50 fundamentally good stocks which have been performing quite well for a very long period of time. So they have weighted average for each and every stock, and all these will contribute to Nifty 50. You can actually read it in the web if you want to know more about it. And similarly, Bank Nifty consists of all the banking stocks. So where does the option come into play? Okay, so for these kind of indices, or for different stocks where the stock price is really high and you want to leverage on the opportunity. Okay, so to understand the basic concept of options much better, I'm just taking a case of Indigo, where the share price of Indigo is around 1000 rupees. Let's consider it as 1000 rupees per share. So what if Indigo goes up by 5 points? So you have 1005 rupees. Okay, so the return generated will be 0.5%. So that is the normal generated return if you go through the share market. Okay, so options are basically derived instruments. So what happens is they have higher leverage. So the concept of options, I'm just saying about the concept of options, and the detailed explanation of options will be given later. So now, what if we can capture all the 5 rupees profit? So let us say that this 1000 rupees, if it goes up by 5 rupees, I want to capture all the 5 rupees. So if suppose, let us say, there is an instrument through which you can buy Indigo at 1 rupees, and if it goes to 5 rupees, then if suppose that instrument is in parallel with this instrument, this Indigo. Okay, so if Indigo rises up by 5 points, then this instrument will also rise up by 5 points, but you will be paying only 1 rupee for that. So what if that kind of instrument actually exists in the market? That kind of instrument actually exists, and they are called options. So this Indigo right here, so let us consider that it is trading at 1000 rupees right now, and what happens is this is a 1000 rupee call option. So for call option we put CE, and for put option we put PE. So it is for just right now we'll just simply understand that if suppose this goes 5%, 5 points or 4 points or something like that, so it will have a different lot size. And for example, if we take a Bank Nifty, the lot size is 20, like that. For Nifty it is 75, so it will vary depending upon the instrument that you take. So this is a 1000 rupee call option which is available at 1 rupee if suppose Indigo is at 1000 rupees only. So next, if Indigo goes up by just 5 points, you will get only 0.5% in share market, while in options you will be getting 1 to 5 rupees. So that is 5 minus 1, which is equal to 400%. So if you had put 1 lakh, then it will become 5 lakhs, and 4 lakhs is your profit. So that is the power of options. But it has its own risk though. We'll be discussing more about options as we go further. But just to give a basic gist of it, this is options. So basically, let us consider another example. So normally in the groups which we have in our WhatsApp group, normally we just post calls relating, we just talk relating Bank Nifty, right? Options is generally prediction based. Okay, so now what happens is, right now Bank Nifty is at 22,000, but you somehow foresee that Bank Nifty can go up to 23,000. Okay, or it will go more than 23,000. That is what you predict. Okay, and you have to predict it for a time range. So for example, there are weekly options for indices, and there will be only monthly options for stock options. So now what you have to do is, you can actually predict, like within this 9th of July, Bank Nifty goes to 23,500. If suppose Bank Nifty goes to 23,500, that is what you have predicted. Okay, right now it is at 22,000. So you see that this 23,000 call option has a value of around 100 rupees, but you just have a prediction that it might go to, this 22,000 might go to 23,500. So what happens is, this 100 at the time of expiry, like you predicted, if it went to 23,500, what happens is, this whole thing becomes the value of 500 rupees. because market actually went to 23,500. So this 100 rupees went to 500 rupees. So you are making 400 percentage profit. That is 4 times the amount. So that is called as option buying. So like I said before, you can actually short the market or you can go long. That is, you can buy or you can sell and then buy. You can buy and then sell, or you can sell and then buy. So what we actually normally do is we try to sell the options and then we buy it at a later point in time. That is because as time approaches, see, you have placed a bet that Bank Nifty will go beyond 23,500. Okay, so and you have bought the call option at 100 rupees. But with the passage of time, if suppose conditions are not favorable and Bank Nifty stays here itself, then what will happen? This option will get eroded, and that is the thing that we are willing to capture through option selling. Anyways, option selling will also involve a huge amount of risk, and the whole detailed explanation of option will be provided in the next video. So please stay tuned and keep learning, and then we can actually invest. So if any of you have not joined in my WhatsApp group, you can click the link below and then join in the WhatsApp group. Thank you. Let's meet in the next video.